Good morning. I am WaywornWyrm, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to another episode of WaywornWyrm Plays Gnomoria. So, I'm starting a new game because issues. No, not too long ago I recorded I want to say like 5 episodes in a row one day of this game, and then lost the recording. And the sucky thing about that was just that. Here, let me get down on the right level. Okay, wonderful. As I was saying, the sucky thing about that was that was my first time announcing a lot of the things that you guys have been hearing over the last couple of days. And so, not only did I do really well in those couple episodes, of course I can say that you guys can't see them, but it was just, I was really excited because that's where I got to announce a lot of things for the first time. Even though I knew that by the time those videos had gone up, almost all everything would have already been announced, and actually with a lot of them, they would have been long over by that point. So, but yeah. Unfortunately, that was lost. And since I had done like 5 episodes in a row, I would have had to talk about all of I would have had to try to remember all of the things that I had done for. Well, let's see, these are half-hour episodes. Almost 3 hours worth of stuff. So, decided not to do that. And here we are, starting a new game of Gnomoria. And what stone is this? This is marble. Wonderful. Excellent. Yeah. So just starting everything in the normal way to start things in this game. Making the normal strawberry plants and such. The strawberry farm, and then here in a second I will make a wheat farm. Which is good for both straw, for things like beds. And by the way, I do know that there are other ways to make beds, and I just don't like to deal with those. So straw for beds and for feeding our yaks and everything like that. Excellent. Let's also create the normal dumping ground for dirt and clay. Goods, soil. Wonderful. hope everyone is having a good time, though. I know I am. No, the channel is doing well. As I said in my Friday video a couple days ago, now that I'm getting back to putting up a video every day, we have a lot of views. Well, not a lot of views, but our views are going up again, which is my goal. So the other big thing that I mentioned the other day on one of my videos is, it was probably last Friday's video. I am about to start doing this full time. Or, well, I'm about to be spending a full time's amount of time at doing YouTube. Doing it full time implies that you can make money doing it, and right now I can't. But that is okay. I've also got my Sunday Twitch streams, which are doing wonderfully. And I hope everyone here who's watching this can come later this afternoon, well, evening, and watch. It's going to be every Sunday night. Put food and drink. I'm still enjoying this game. But there is not a lot to do in the first little bit. And I apologize that I've shown you guys that as often as I have. This should be the last time that you see me playing Gnomoria from the start. And I don't actually know if this part is strictly necessary. But it is how I like to get everything started. Is start a base, get everything inside. And I do love this music. unfortunately this time I'm only going to be filming one video. Um, I would love to sit down today and film a whole bunch, but there's a lot of work that I have to do for the Curse of Strahd livestream tonight, so that is going to have to take precedent. But I've got a good episode here, and, Barovia will be later. Okay, we're going to take the 2 barrels that we have. And we are going to place them right there so they can fill them with food, or with drink. And not have to deal with space issues. Because a 10 by 10 room has 100 spaces, and we have 190 food and drink. So we'd have to add on like 1 row and 2 columns. I think that's enough. And let's... Oh, there's some cotton right here. Once we start getting cotton cut, we can start a cotton farm. And let's just fill in those 2 gaps for our cotton farm to make it a 5 by 5. We have 3 crates, so we're going to put them down here. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to carve out an area to start putting workshops into. I think this one's only going to be half the size, because we're going to move this down a little ways. We're going to put a tunnel going on that way. I'm not sure if that was a good choice, but I'm sure it will work. We're going to start with a crude workbench. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I built that space poorly. Oh well. It is not actually a major deal to me. I hope wherever all of you listeners are, or watchers in this case, wherever you are, the weather is nice. It is quite nice for me today. You can probably hear my air conditioning in the background. Let's see where I am right now. It is sunny and in the mid to 60s. Have to turn my air conditioning on for a short bit of time because it's getting really stuffy here in my office. Of course, I'm not actually trying to cool the room at the moment. Mid 60s is just fine for me. Oh, they're starting work on the cotton field now. Great. Such peaceful music. As we're just sort of waiting right now. Oh, I should speed things up. We're just waiting for things to progress. And yeah, I'm actually going to... That's not going to be a corridor. Just going to make a bigger room. I think it's 4 planks that make a chair, and I think he's working on a chair right now. But that super awesome bug might be an effect where like the workbench, the carpenter only needs 1 workbench, but the game might not recognize that as a workbench, so they might make 2 of them. When it's a workbench, I don't really care, because I'll use the workbench. Yeah, they're making a workbench right now. We don't need a workbench. See, requires 1 workbench. We need a chair and a chisel. But it's really annoying when I'm making the loom and the bug hits then, because then I'll end up with 2 looms, and I've yet to find anything else that needs a loom other than the workshop loom. Excellent. So they have finished that, the carpenter shop. And the next thing I'm going to build is not what I normally build next. What I normally build next is I start the production for making beds. I'm not going to do that this turn, or this game. I'm going to start getting stone production ready. And it looks like we're starting to run low on trees and food, for that matter. Forage these apple trees. And cut these poplars. So what I wonder is, I've actually played some games where you want to keep it on the slowest setting because, you know, the time might be going by twice as fast, but the people are only moving like 1.7 times their speed. So you end up becoming net less efficient. I wonder if that happens with this game. I'd love to make a game like this. Although, I would make Toady 1 look less crazy. Because I'd do things like, make sure that the game, if you make charcoal from wood, you know, like, if I'm going to go this deep, I'm going to go deeper. Do things like track what wood, coal, you know, charcoal was made from, and have that affect food. Because, you know, like, applewood smoked food, that's going to have a certain taste. Whereas if it's like oak, or maple, those are gonna give different tastes. So if you're gonna go super in depth, yeah, just sort of hit for the fences and go crazy. That's my philosophy, at least. Oh, we've made it 3 days. Saving again. Yep, we're in the morning of day 4 of spring. So the thing with the crude workbench, and one of the reasons why I try and get rid of it as soon as humanly possible, is it works slower. Wonderful. We have our stone cutters done. The stone cutters just make blocks, but they're required because the stone mason uses blocks to make things out of stone. And eventually I'm going to replace everything with, like, engraved stone or something like that. The walls and the floor. And we'll be really opulent gnomes. who act oddly like dwarves and look like dwarves. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. Now, I kind of shit on this game because it's very clearly based off of Dwarf Fortress, which, as longtime watchers of the channel know, I really enjoy Dwarf Fortress. In fact, I will probably get back to it in the near future. Just Dwarf Fortress has a UI that is like stab your eyes out bad. And this game doesn't have that. It has a much better UI, but it also sacrifices depth for a functional modern UI. Okay, that is going to be everything for today, however. Remember to tune in a couple of hours to my Curse of Strahd livestream over on Twitch. And I'm not sure when I will do a Monday livestream on May 7th. I have to be off to work very early this week. One person was allowed to go on vacation during this busy week that we're having, and I have to fill in for them. So, I might not see you guys until Tuesday. But, again, please tune in to Curse of Strahd here in a couple of hours. Thank you.